The review that follows this video is too serious.
I've been looking around for a new bike for some time. I've had the money saved up, and now was the time to spend it on a full suspension bike, which I've never had before. I've been really cautious and spent plenty of time researching, and I've tested a few bikes as well. I managed to find a Canyon Spectral AL7 from 2015 with really good spec and a really good deal on eBay. So I went for it, and I couldn't be happier. It's turned out to be an amazing deal. Ride's great. I'm going to take you round it. So I just want to give you my first impressions of the bike. What struck me most of all was the cassette and switching between the gears. Very crisp. The SRAM GX 1x11 really works well. Very quick, up and down the gears, really tight, really easy, really nice, and it's got a push-push action that's really great to feel. So pedalling is pretty consistent. Going up hills that are fairly steep can be a little bit much with a 34 tooth front chainring, which is quite large, and the suspension sag does drive a little bit. It's not like getting down on the top tube of my hardtail, so yeah, a little bit different, but overall pretty good. I sit really down into the bike and it feels very comforting coming down hills. The cockpit feels good, it feels sharp in the turn. The suspension setup's pretty straightforward. It's the Pi car seat and then the RockShox Monarch Debonair RCT3, so pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Solo air forks on the front, 150mm of travel. And the high rollers I've never ridden before, but they seem really sharp, really tacky, grip nicely, pretty confidence inspiring. It's running tubes at the moment, so I've got to convert it to tubeless and make it a little bit more bulletproof going through some of the rock gardens that are to come. The last thing I'd say about the Debonair shock on the rear is it feels a little bit spongy, and I'm trying to work out how much PSI to get in there. Looking around the internet, it looks like quite a high amount of PSI is used by some riders, so I'm going to try and set and reset the sag until I get it just how I want it. At the moment it's set to 240 PSI, and I weigh about 77 kilos, 76, 77 kilos, and that's without my pack on my back or any tools and stuff. It's just my own body weight, so a little bit of adjustments to make just to try and find the right weight setting. A couple of things I just want to pull out for the end of this review. I got a Ragley cable guide kit and a Vitus cable guide to route the dropper post a bit more effectively. The last person had lost the cable guide routing into the Canyon, so it looks a bit tidier now. The plastic cable guides that came on the Canyon are pretty nasty looking, and they've caused a lot of cable rub, and they've also snapped off in places. There's quite a lot of feedback on forums about this. So this is a good cheap upgrade and makes the bike look a lot neater, tidier, and is going to reduce cable rub over time as well.
Okay, I'm not sure I had the suspension settings right. I'm sure I definitely rode it faster. And I was definitely out of control at times. Whew. But that was a lot of fun. I caught a lot of air and just about held it. Oh. Oh, it was awesome.